Guys, it's Cable from the X-Men, and it's a complex family affair, but I've got two clones chasing me in a game of hide and seek, and if you see them, I need you to tell me straight. Oh no, they're here! Hola amigos, it's Will here from Will's Custom Figures, coming at you today with a big bad breakdown of not just one Stryfe figure, but two. You got the official Marvel Legends Stryfe figure and my very own custom. So please sit back and enjoy this video while I talk you through everything to do with the smallest and the biggest and the craziest changes and details that I added into my custom to try and meet mind's eye version of the character. So here they are both standing side by side. And why did I make my very own custom figure? Well, for a long time, I always wanted to have a Stryfe in my collection. I did actually do a full video review and a breakdown of this figure probably about 18 months ago to 2 years, way before I could ever afford to get myself a Stryfe figure. Now, little did I know that Marvel Legends were going to release a 5-pack figure. You've probably previously seen my Pretty Boy review. I made a custom figure of him, but there was a lot of characters like random in that pack that I really wanted for a long time. And I'm super happy to have made my custom, and I'm also super happy to have this one standing here in front of you guys right now as well. Now, looking at them, this is actually a DC Multiverse figure. It was an Azrael Batman. I used it, I pulled off these wrist gauntlets, forearm gauntlets here, and the head sculpt was actually created using the Marvel Select Diamond Select Toys diorama that came with their very own Cable figure. I took it off, I did a silicone mold, and then casted out of resin the mask and sculpted the face. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's had a nice dry silver paint wash over the whole thing and a metallic blue over these specific features. Of course, it's not comic accurate. This is definitely comic accurate. You can see Marvel have really took a lot of time and detail to make this guy pinless. Badass looking cape there. Oh, do you know what? I'm falling in love with this figure more and more the more I look at it. But for me, do I need two Stryfes in my collection? Potentially not. So I wanted to use this video as an opportunity maybe to come to terms with the fact I'm probably going to have to sell one of them. Now, my custom one, I've actually used, do you know what? This is just plastic, just sheets of plastic cut into triangles to create these awesome looking shoulder gauntlets. I'm going to move this one out of the way so I can do a bit of an overview here. The neck is on a ball joint as well. It moves up and down, left and right. There's not a huge range of motion and movement in there, but I wanted them to be able to move. I've also took off a lot of the bat symbols and the details on there that was specific to McFarlane. I've also used the two forearm wrist gauntlets, and I've put them on the sides of the legs here so you can see the actual Marvel Legends ones and you can see the DC Multiverse custom ones that I've used here. And it's a pair of WWE wrestlers shoes. That's probably an oversight by me because unfortunately they just go backwards and forwards, whereas this has really good side to side movement with the ankle pivot and everything else. So yeah, I think that's just me in my infancy as a customizer using that at the time, creating that Stryfe figure. However, I'm still really happy with it, and it brings back a lot of nostalgic feels for me. Now, with Stryfe, one of the reasons that he was an absolutely essential character that I wanted to have in my collection was because of the old trading cards. Back in the day, my dad used to collect them, and I grew up with him giving me a new card every couple of weeks, and God, man, I used to look forward to those so much. If I give you a little bit of a spin around here, because he wouldn't stand on the spinner without falling over. This cape looks absolutely brilliant. Now, one of the things I was a little bit disappointed with the official Marvel Legends release, man, where is his sword? He didn't come with a very good sword, with a sword at all. So this isn't perfect, but it's better than nothing. I also used plastic and card to create all of the little bits at the back here because they weren't actually on the diorama piece that I took from Diamond Select. Now let's do a close-up on the face and some of the other details, as well as this badass looking sword. And here we go, school photo, smile. Nope, no smiles happening here. As you can see, the head sculpt has been sort of like crudely created by myself on this one to the left, this custom, and it has been expertly done, photo accurate and everything else on this Marvel Legends figure to the right. So I agree their head sculpt is 100% better than mine. However, it doesn't take away from the passion and the I guess the hours and hours of work that sort of put into this one. Now, I actually used the spray paint silver over a lot of it just to really try and give it a good base, and then dry brush the whole thing. And if we compare here, as I lift up the torsos, you can see there is a lot more detail in this Azrael Batman versus the Marvel Legends sculpt here. It's got some cool looking hands, swappable hands, interchangeable ones as well, but also, and he also has this sort of tunic piece that's falling down here that I didn't put on mine. You can see there are spikes on the side here. I actually made these spikes on the side using old paintbrushes and pencils and cut them and super glued them on there. Now, as you can see, the Marvel Legends reveal and release is far, far superior. You can tell just from looking at the details on the face and some of the photorealism how much effort has went into their release. However, I do believe that some of the little details, like the cool looking glowing eyes and the small intricacies of a custom, it really can't replicate that, and they are a huge global manufacturing toy company. So I'm really, really happy with how mine's turned out. And I think if I could only keep one, I would keep my custom, just because of the old feels it gives me. I remember every single stroke of paint and where I was when I finally finished him. He also comes with this really cool looking sword. I don't even know where that was from. It was fodder. And do you know what? It serves a purpose. It looks absolutely brilliant. I think it might have been another Spawn or McFarlane figure, maybe like an Odin or a Thor or somebody like that. But overall, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm really, really happy with how mine's turned out versus the official release. I definitely think the official release is an upgrade, and it's certainly better sculpted and has far more details than my own. However, I do also feel that mine scratches an itch and reminds me of, I guess, being a child and always wanting one of these figures in my collection. I'm certainly really, really happy with how it's turned out. From everything from the boots, from the torso, from the weapon, from this awesome looking cape that came with it as well. And here we go, guys, final reflections. Well, I can't do a final reflections without bringing back the originator of the two clones that Apocalypse created from the DNA of Cable. Here is Cable in comparison to my custom Stryfe and the official Stryfe. As you can see, mine really does pale in comparison to the official stuff. However, as a customizer, I really, really, really wanted to just get my own version of this character in my collection. He was a grail for me way, way before they decided to release this 5-pack. There was the original Builder-Figure, which was very, very expensive. But I'm extremely happy with how this has turned out. And I hope you've enjoyed this comparison video. After 8 minutes of watching, guys, I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this video. I'm available on Facebook, Instagram, or here on YouTube. And do you know what? My customizing from here to the custom figures that you'll be seeing that are coming up very, very soon, it's come a long way. But nevertheless, I'm extremely proud of this figure, all the effort and hours of dedication and hard work and learning that went into it. It's a process, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. So from myself and from the original Cable, I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios.